Hey guys, today we're here with Jeff, one of our recent landscaping, hardscaping clients. So first, Jeff, can you tell us a little bit about your business, how long you've been in the landscaping industry and stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure. I'm 34, technically been doing landscaping of some sort for over 20 years. Used to just cut grass when I was a kid, walking around the neighborhood, and then slowly grew it as I got older, went to college, kept growing it through that. Decided after school I wanted to stick with it. So more so from about 2013, we really went full time into it. We slowly have grown very naturally as the business has got larger. We've taken on more guys, more equipment, grown in as much of a stress-free way as growing a small landscaping business can be. And
Gotcha.
we cover everything. We do a lot of landscaping. One truck cuts grass 6 days a week. Another few trucks goes out, does a lot of landscaping, some hardscaping, and so on and so forth.
Gotcha. And so what were some of the biggest challenges you faced early on when starting to grow the business?
The two biggest challenges was one, getting myself out of the day-to-day labor of it, because I think in order to grow it and to be a business that you're working on rather than working in, you really have to be able to step aside from the work and do more of the relationship side and making sure to get to people quickly for estimates and articulating your estimates well and understanding what people are being charged for and what you're going to do for them is helps you really grow. And a lot of times when you are there every day, cutting the grass, trimming the bushes, installing the bushes, you really can't do the other side, which helps you grow, which also leads to the next hardest part is finding and keeping really good help that allows you to step away and people who you can trust to do the job well, as good as you, if not better. Some of my guys truthfully are better and more patient than me at this point. And having great people and understanding what it takes to keep them is definitely the hardest part, I think, in most labor intensive landscape construction type industries for sure.
Gotcha. So mostly just trying to find the right support to
Yeah,
work on the business rather than.
exactly. Finding the right support, the work's always there. Programs like you guys helped me with help get more particular type of work, which is also the type of work that helps pay a lot. But in terms of generally slowly growing a landscape business, the building help is the hardest part.
Gotcha. So bridging into that, like before we started working together, what was your marketing situation looking like?
So really, as of a couple of years ago, we never spent a dollar on marketing. Our industry, and especially the size am, which is relatively small, is a lot of word of mouth. But in the last few years, as our jobs have gotten bigger and better and more vast, and help has gotten bigger and better and more reliable, we basically, before you guys, really just have a Google ad. It pops up on Google or on the top ones, at least locally. We get charged when people call and people click, that type of stuff. We spend a little bit of money on a billboard the last couple of years, and we'll keep doing that. Again, for us, it's very centrally located where a lot of our work is. So our ability to take over, at least be recognized within a few square miles, is really helpful.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then what were your biggest hesitations or concerns before you decided to work with us?
My biggest hesitations and concerns were one, I guess I don't really know you guys personally. I've never really met you. A lot of what I do is face to face. So obviously just being contacted from someone out of the blue, but certainly appreciated the effort you guys made to contact us. I guess just trusting someone out of nowhere and also not wanting to, life's pretty busy for me. Business is good and busy. And I also have two children under the age of 4. We have a lot of help, but I stay busy with them a lot. And a lot of times, marketing, even if someone else is doing it for you, requires you to be there for phone calls, for meetings, for a bunch of questions, for checking up on things, making sure the person is doing your marketing is doing it properly. So I'd say a lot of those things I wondered when I first started talking to you guys. And a lot of that was clearly answered, if that's the
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
question.
So after you chose us, how would you describe your experience working with us, especially like communication and support?
So I would say, I know this is supposed to be a review, so a lot of people will expect this, but I would say it really could not have been any better than it was, truthfully. Basically, I knew everything I needed to know and nothing more than that, meaning I was very comfortable what was going on because I was told exactly what was going on and when it was going to go on and when we needed to. We had brief phone calls, not that I enjoy the phone calls because I did and I love talking and learned about what you guys do and how you do and how it can help us, but it was enough to know, okay, this is what we're doing. They got it handled. This is how much I know I'm going to get charged, whether it's by with you guys or from Facebook, and what to expect. And that all was as clear as you guys said it would be. And there was really no surprises. Things were up and running, sometimes without me even knowing, which was a good thing. You told us what we were doing and you just did it. And all of a sudden I see it pop up and friends are texting me all around. The screenshots were popping up on their Instagram pretty quickly. So yeah, it was really what we needed. It was marketing. It didn't involve me because I don't really enjoy that part of it and don't have the time for it, but it certainly was worthwhile.
For sure. Yeah. And then what would you tell another business owner who's unsure on the fence about investing in marketing with us?
I would say it's certainly worth a chance, a shot. It's not a large investment, especially in the beginning. I have not that it gets very expensive after that. And if it does get expensive, it's probably a variable cost that's keeping up with the amount of money it's also bringing you in. So yeah, you're going to have to spend some money at times. That's what marketing is, but it certainly seems to be one of those things where you're getting a really good return on your investment. And it's quite clear. It's easy to track. It's easy to see where these leads are, that it's coming from these ads. A few months of an effort with this really likely won't sink anyone financially. It's not a huge undertaking, and you can see how clearly the amount of leads you get versus the amount of money you spend, and then it's up to you to close those leads out. So I
Yep,
would give it a shot. There's no large investment up front, and the more you spend, it's very likely because the more jobs you're getting from it.
for sure. Is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience working with us, or is that pretty much sum it up?
No, I'd say that pretty much sum it up. A little bit about me is I really try to communicate well with people and customers, and I'm not really much of a judgmental person as it comes to dealing with other contractors or other people that I'm working with, like you guys. Not that my opinion's worth more than someone else's, but like I really can't say enough about how smooth everything was, simple it was, the minimal amount of time that it required from me. Really, everything was perfect across the board, and as you guys said, it would be for sure.
Awesome.
I
Yeah.
recommend it to a lot of friends as well, and we'll
Yeah,
definitely be doing stuff together too.
for sure. Thanks so much for your time, Jeff.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Perfect.